Good morning, everybody. So today is a little bit different. What happened since this was changed during the break rather than before, or any other thing that would make a little bit of sense. But anyways, we're here. Um, so what today is for, as far as for teachers, is a day to get all of this back in order. Make sure that people have the things that they need to participate online. The difference in our class this time is that we are not just a grade 2 anymore. We are now a grade 1 and a grade 2. So there's two different things going on, and those students are not familiar with the online platform. So I'll be spending a little bit of time with them and their families if needed. Um, Parents, what I would really kind of appreciate from you, and I'll be making some phone calls throughout the day to kind of get in touch and see kind of what's needed. But what would be very helpful to me, parents, is I hear a lot of different things from different people, other parents, and not directly from our class, but just other parents I know, other and their kind of approach and their thoughts about this time around with online learning. I've heard different things, not wanting students to be on their computer all day, especially with this type of weather, those kind of things. I've heard some stories where some people might not be participating. All of these things that just why I ask if you could give me some feedback on your thoughts. This time around, there's many things that we can do, and the reality of this online switch is that when we are at school, we do many different things throughout the day that definitely do not involve us sitting, or we're not in front of a computer, but just sitting for these amounts of time that we do. We have washroom breaks, and we head out for walks, and we do these kind of things. So we're able to get a lot more done doing school this way, but at the same time, it's a very long time to be kind of sitting in front of the computer. So if I could just get some feedback on how those things works, because there's things that I can do on my end, whether it's grouping, having different pre-recorded lessons, which opens up time. Everyone's schedule is different, so they might feel more comfortable doing a small math lesson at 5 at night rather than these things can happen. So I could just use some feedback on what people are thinking, what they'd like to see. It would just be helpful moving forward. I'm just going to go over a few things and just what I would like everybody to do today to make sure that they are, one, hopefully getting onto Edsby, otherwise you're not even seeing this, and just some of our other platforms that we use. So I'll show you quickly that when you click on Homeroom, your screen is different than what you see here on the teacher screen, but Homeroom is where I post everything. Instead of putting math and art and art, I just post everything for the day in one spot to keep it easy, because it becomes cluttered and just more difficult than it has to be. So I just post in one spot, and it should just be the most recent post that comes up each morning. It'll have a link for the Teams meeting for the day, but what I'd like people to do today is to make sure that they can log into our different online tools. So what I'll show you, if you look over here, you'll see library, and it might be different on your screen, but what you're looking for is the library, which should be on the side. It depends what you're using, but if you're on a computer, it'll be on the side. But either way, you're looking for library, and you can see here there's all individual student names that has information for Prodigy that you'd have to click on to get your password, but everything else, you see here where it says all login information. If you click on that there, it's just a little document I made with just clickable links. That's for Lexia, Epic Books, Prodigy, and a new program called Zorbits, which is something I'd like you to focus on today, just making sure that you can get in. So Zorbits, you click here and it'll have the login information. Here's the class code. When you click on Prodigy, that'll bring us to our sign-in spot. Class code for Epic if that's not saved on your computer. And if you're first-time users of Lexia, it'll ask for a teacher's email, and here's my email right here. And then it'll bring you to our sign-in, and the login is the 8-digit student ID. Contact me if you don't have this, but you should, because that's the only way you can get onto Edsby in the first place. So it's that same 8-digit student ID followed by the password Lexia, just like this, lowercase Lexia, and that gets you into the Lexia program. So just make sure that you can get in to all of these and contact me if there's an issue. Now, you see here that I have written all passwords found in PDF attachment, passwords for Zorbits, PDF attachment. So let me show you what I mean. Again, in the library at the side, here's individually all Prodigy sign-in information for each student. And you can see here at the very top it says Zorbits login PDF, and it'll come here and you just search. Again, I provided a clickable link, but this is where you would go to otherwise. So Alex here would he would find his name here, and there's his username and his password. I've kept it all in one spot as to not just have to individually send these out everywhere where they get lost, and some people don't have certain emails, so they're just right here, and we're just trusting everybody to just log into their own. So that's where you find that. So make sure that you can get in on for those 4 programs. Let me know where there's a problem. That's another thing that I will be working through today. And then for an activity, I thought something fun, not too much, kind of diving back in to distance learning. So, movie review. So you guys get to choose a movie. Why not pick something that you haven't seen before? If you choose to have a repeat movie or something that you just really love. And here's the activities. I will attach this PDF in case people do have a printer and you want to print it off. It's never necessary. Here are the 4 activities. You can even just be pausing this as we're looking at it, and you can see these activities here. So you'll have the movie name. Remember, that's a proper noun, the real name for something, guys. So you remember that each word will need a capital in the title. Review by, well, that's you. Okay, so if it is Siddharth that is reviewing, it says reviewed by Siddharth. So this movie is about. So a small little paragraph about what the movie is about. Again, like we talked about last time, when you have a tool in your hand like a tablet or a computer, it's much different than at school because you can take some time to look at some others. If you're not sure, well, how do I write what a movie is about? Just take a search, say grade 2 movie reviews, and see if you can get a couple examples. I can even take a peek as we're looking right now. Okay, I will say grade 2. The reason I write grade 2 is so it's age-appropriate movie review. Sometimes you have to look around a little bit, but let me see. Images here and writing. Movie review checklist, that might be kind of helpful. Name and the title. Stated your opinion. Now, what do you think about the movie? Explain my reasons and supported them. So reasons you did like the movie with a detail from the movie. And transition words. There's a whole list right here. So there's always great tools that you can find very quickly to support you. Going back here, so that's what the movie's about. This is a picture of my favorite part of the movie. So that's like choosing a scene. How many stars would you give this movie? This is kind of like our morning check-in, except it's out of 5. So if you really thought it was excellent, almost the best movie you've ever seen, you might give it 5 stars. If you weren't that into it, you might give it a 1 or a 2, but it works just like our morning check-in. It said, I would recommend this movie to. So make a connection there. Who do you know that would like the movie? If you're recommending it, it means someone would like it. You're not recommending something that you don't think someone would like. So even if it wasn't your favorite movie, you might think of, well, who do I know that has some things in common or really enjoys certain themes from this movie, and I would recommend this movie to. You might choose a couple of friends or family members. And the last activity, I think the message in this movie is, the message in the movie means, what did you learn from it? What did the characters have to do to solve whatever problem that they had going on in the movie of your choice? And what do you think they were wanting their audience to learn? So there's those 4 activities, a little bit of a fun activity to do today, and we can share some of our reviews and messages and pictures tomorrow. But that's kind of a easy day 1 activity if you choose to do that today. Main goal today, though, is making sure that we can easily access those 4 programs. So it's just you can do that independently. Independently means by yourself without the help of a family member at home, just so you can easily get in and out of these programs. Okay, so throughout the day, I will be contacting people and waiting to hear from you, some feedback on what you're thinking about these hopefully only 2 weeks of online, and we'll do the best we can and do what we have to do to keep moving forward, learning but keeping ourselves mentally healthy and happy as well. Okay, little peeps and big peeps, parents there, contact me. I'll be making some calls today, and hope everybody's doing all right, and I will talk to you and see you soon. Okay.